gonna go ahead and say what no one else is willing to say. So if you're a lover girl or a mediocre man, go ahead and click off this video because you won't like it, or you can cry in the comments. In order for us to achieve peace on planet Earth and get the things that we want to get out of this life, we're going to have to delete 90% of men. Yes, that includes
We're going to talk about this in another video, but in the meantime, hear her.
We would literally structure society so that we can finally achieve a matriarchy. But in order to do that, we have to get rid of most men because let's just face it, most men are not going to change. There's literally not enough time on planet Earth to change the heart of a trash man, and there's nothing you can do. We would literally need the second coming of Christ in order to change some of these men on this planet. And so what I'm suggesting is that we literally get rid of them using the science that we already have. Elon Musk has said that by the year 2031, we will be able to support life on planet Mars. So I'm suggesting that we ship 90%, the bottom 90% of men to Mars so that we can achieve the patriarchy. And what does that leave us with? That leaves us with the top 10% of men, 5% of which are the men who are loyal to their wives and devoted husbands. And the other 5% are the men who have amazing gene pool, great IQ, good bone structure, good hair, skin, tall, fine as fuck. You know what I'm talking about. So since 2031 is a couple years away, that gives us enough time to decide what are the traits that we want to keep from the men on planet Earth and how do we want to repopulate the planet. We can have sporting competitions to decide who is the most athletic. We can have mental competitions to see who is the smartest, the best IQ. We can have social competitions to decide who has the best heart and who is the most emotionally viable.
Listen to what she said, the best heart.
If we have a chance to fight as a matriarchy and become the great planet that we know we can be, we have to get rid of 90% of men in order to do this. That means you're going to have to detach from the idea of everyone getting a soulmate because that's just not realistic. Now, after we've gotten rid of 90% of men, you probably are asking, Ace, what do we do after that? Now we got all these women on this planet, what are we gonna do? I am suggesting that we begin to rebuild our societies centering around women, children, and the elderly. Meaning our housing complexes need to literally be built in a circle, supporting children in the center and having the rest of the society, the rest of the neighborhoods.
That's a great idea.
Around this. Now you're probably wondering, well, we got rid of all the men. Who's going to do our construction work? We can literally 3D print our houses if we want to. Or we can have strong women do the work. If you know anything about strong women, a strong woman is as good as a man, as competent as a man. And the best
they
part
can
about
work
women
as a team.
Is that not only can
but
they
hear
be strong
her.
and
We're going to talk
competent,
about this in another video.
More men if we need to.
Listen to what she says. We can produce more men.
We'll have great
let's
genes
hear her
because we weeded out all of the bad gene pool. And I know some of you out there are thinking, well, what happens with all of the men that we send to Mars? What are they going to do up there? I don't know. I mean, they probably want to smash each other, so we should just let them.
They're probably
going to
smuggle women as slaves,
their own communities, their own brotherhood if they want to. They can go play soccer or do whatever they want. I just don't think that we can have them on our planet if we want a chance at survival as women who have power. And if you have other suggestions on how we can rebuild a matriarchy on planet Earth, let me know in the comments.
We're going to talk about it in a separate video.
Having money as a man does not qualify you to be on the matriarchy of planet Earth, so we can go ahead and get rid of that myth that having money as a man makes you better, because literally it's your gene pool. What genes were you born with, and how can you be useful to the matriarchy? On planet Earth, as a matriarchy, we literally don't need money anymore, so you're dismissed.
What's up? Yvonne Reborn here. By now, I'm hoping, if you haven't, please go watch the video about matriarchy. It's a duet. I want you to hear it. For me, this creator was an instant follow. Let's talk about it. I was listening to this while driving my little one to school. We had to stop at the portion where she's like, let's ship them all to Mars. Like, who needs them? 90% of the men. I had not heard the rest of the video yet. She says, let's ship them. Let's have a contest of who is who before we know who to ship out there. Then we can have the most agile, the smartest, the finest, the best heart, keep the men that are loyal, faithful, good men, and ship the rest over there to Mars. My son says, well, that's a dumb idea. I said, this is a good time for conversation. I said, I think what you're listening to is the frustration. Women have been abused in over millennia, everywhere. Pretty much every place on earth, there has been an abuse of women. We started to talk about it. I can't remember her name, but there was a young girl in the Middle East who was essayed by her own husband because she was married off. I think she was like 8 or 9, something like that. And she was essayed, and her mother-in-law is the one that held her down while the husband did the deed. We were talking about anatomy, biology. What does an erect member, male member, mean on a tiny body? We're not talking girls that have boobs and stuff. We're talking tiny girls. What does that mean? What does that mean that a flower girl in China was basically sold off and trained to entertain men? In Japan, we have the same. Pretty much everywhere, there has been abuse after control, after everything. So here is why I wanted to talk about. We follow the Orisha traditions. And a lot of us claim that we are so holy and we're so together, but not. Here's another thing that I wanted to discuss based on her video. Son said that we should not print our houses because the sun will melt it. I'm like, there's other ways, because we would use the resources of earth. Here's another point. I think that there's a flaw to this, but we need to talk about what made it to that point that women just don't want to deal with men. Not that we're lesbians. This has nothing to do with that. Has to do with the abuse. Now, I know of a friend whose husband headbutted her and pushed a fist back, thrown things at her, slammed things, terrorized her for years. I know of another one who used to love kicking her ribs. I know of another one that it was her cousin who would essay his female cousin because he could. We're not talking about the selling, the slavery, the yelling, the you can't do this. You don't have a brain to do that. We have been going through this for years. Women have been sold off as bargaining chips. Like, yeah, just marry my daughter. I don't like him. I don't care. Do your duty. Subduing women that women are tired. Here's the thought that I was having with my son. If we go to full on matriarchy, I think it would be fun, but that still is an imbalance. Then the scales would shift where women are in power and they're subduing men. Therefore, the balance is still off. I feel that if we are looking at egalitarianism, this is where our beliefs as Orisha followers, as spiritisms, this is why a lot of pagans reject Christianity, because we can't agree that, here's the thing, a man does not create. That's one. Men do not create. Men have abused, yelled at, talked down to. Men have sold. Men have a complete imbalance. Jacob and I, we were talking about society, about I played for him the Dean Withers clip where a man, you know how they discuss politics and Trump followers are usually the ones that go on it. And he asked, please tell me, why is it wrong to grape a minor? Just tell me, give me the reason why. Why is it wrong? Come on, answer me. This is why people are tired of men, because men feel that I will grape you. I will essay you. You don't have a say. You better shut up. You better take it. And if not, I will take you. This is the norm of the majority of men. If you're not this kind of man, don't worry about it. It's not you. Now, here's the other aspect. Women, on the most part, are trained. I didn't say all of you, so stop attacking me. Don't even think about. I know I was trained to be a subservient, obedient wife since little. We are trained to cook, to clean, to cater to a man, which is now why I know I'm meeting a lot of women who have been in similar situations to mine, much worse than mine, better than mine. They don't want to do anything for anyone other than themselves or whatever they want, because that nurturing aspect has been abused. I think that if we are to survive, I honestly feel, and I've heard Eggun speak about a shift that is coming. Like nature and the ancestors are rebelling. Mother Nature is about to rebel. Many good people are going to die because there has been a disrespect to mother, to that feminine energy. When I heard those Eggun speak, I was like, what in the fuck? Like, we're fucked. So, you love Orisha, you love Orumila, you love whoever. Respecting women is something. And here is something, because my 10 minutes are about to run out. But I feel that this is spiritually powerful. The imbalance comes also from the deeds. If a man has sex with 100 women, he is experienced. If a woman has sex with 100 men, she's ruined. A woman has to cater to a man. If not, she's not a good woman. A woman is too loud, then, oh, she must be a lesbian. So this is, I think, why you hear this young lady's just frustration. Just ship them all. Let's start over. I'm not mad at her. I just think that there should be a better balance in order for that to happen, for egalitarianism, but most men are not going to want to change. What are your thoughts? Let's talk about this with spirituality in mind, because we know a lot of priests that they've done some harmful things to women. What say you, community? Mwah. Bye.